Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about The Last of Us Part 2. I recently rewatched a playthrough in May, and it had been years since I watched the gameplay. But in May, I rewatched a full game play walkthrough. And before that, I had been watching like video essays, just seeing what people's opinions were. You know, like people who liked it and those who didn't. I am a person who did not love it. And I was reminded why when I watched it again. So the main overall problem for me was you should have made me care about Abby first, and I would have had a completely different feeling about the game overall. That's the main overall thing for me. And if you remember, so you played Joel, then Ellie, then Abby, then Ellie again, right? Until, Joel passes away, and then you go to hunt Abby down in the big confrontation at the theater. And then they cut, and then they go back 4 years to learn about why Abby did it. Like, we should have did that first, or something like that. Like, we should have did that first or something like that. That was my problem. I just didn't care. Like, I just wanted to like play as Ellie the whole time. I'm like, can I play as Ellie? When is Ellie's part again? Can I play as Ellie now? And I actually didn't know that I was going to play as Abby. The only spoiler I got was that Joel was killed. But yeah, other than that, I didn't get any spoilers. Because I was unsure if I was going to play it. I don't know why I was unsure, but yeah. And I remember people who were like against it were pointing out how they were trying to manipulate the player by like, look, see, she's petting a dog there. I was just about to say with the dogs, like how she's, taking all the dogs out. Ellie is taking all the dogs out, and then Abby's like playing with the dogs. I had no feelings towards that. I mean, the dogs were trying to get me, so I had to take them out. And then when I played as Abby, I definitely played with the dogs for sure. Say, hey, little buddy, throwing a ball, giving them scritches, all that, just like Ellie just did. I was doing that. And I definitely pet that dog too as Ellie, for sure. And then they also pointed out how like Ellie's guns were like older and less cool. She had like a more traditional style bow. And Abby had like the cool crossbow and the cool machine guns. Like they were really trying to manipulate you to like really like Abby. I could see that. It didn't work on me. It's just crazy to me, like you just have to make me care about her first. So I didn't finish the game myself. I played up until Abby, she was strung up at that tree on the island, and then Lev saved Abby and Lev's sister. I forget Lev's sister's name, but she saved them. And so we're trying to leave the island, and then we get to like that building, and Abby can't get out, but Lev and Lev's sister can. They get out, like, I think through the transom, I think it is. So they get through the transom, and then they're trying to move whatever's blocking the door so Abby can get out. And then you have to fight the infected, and I think a shambler's in there too. And then after you get out the room, I'm like, okay, Ellie's part. Because like the whole time I'm playing as Abby, I'm like, okay, so this is finished. We're done with the stadium. Ellie's part. Okay, so we're done with this. Ellie's part. No. So once I made it out that building or room, I was like, okay, enough. That's it for me. I'm topping out. And I thought I was being dramatic. I gave myself probably like 2 weeks, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not going to finish. Like I'm just not going to finish. So at that time, I was, back when it came out, I watched other people play through it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I would have been so upset. Because you have to play as Abby and clean Ellie up. No way. Oh, I'm not doing that. Oh, ew. But no, I'm not doing that. Overall, it's just, if they made me care about her first, it would have been, I would have felt a lot more towards it. But other than that, like, Abby's really fun to play, like beating the brakes off. the infected and stuff, and bare knuckle brawling them. Great time. Great time. Fun to play. She's actually been my inspo lately because I started working out and I'm starting to see definition in my arms, you know? So I've been like, yeah, I gotta get like big Averino, big Abino. But yeah, that's the main overall thing for me, is I just didn't care about her. So it was just like, why am I here? Why are we still doing this? But you know, game's beautiful. They can't make me hate Ellie. I'm just not going to do it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just not gonna do it. But I've heard some great rewrites, like complete rewrites. And then like, there's one guy, if I find his channel, I'll put it on here. He did it, but he was like, I'm not going to rewrite the story. I'm just going to add a little spice to it. And then this is how I would have done it. And the way he did it, like, yeah, it'd have been heat. It'd have been heat. It was something like, he put the story, basically he put it in order. So you don't play as Ellie for a long time, and then you don't play as Abby for a long time. He like put it in, and then he added a little bit of spice. It was something like this. But go watch the video because I'm messing it up, and then I'm probably adding my own spice to it too. But it was something like you meet up with Abby's group, and they set up like how all the infected were at the house, and Joel and Tommy met up with her, and then they had to like run. So it'll be like Abby's group set that up, and when Dina and Ellie go out on their patrol, they run into Abby, and somehow Abby makes it away, you know, with the infected there, makes it away that like her and Ellie's in trouble. Dina is able to like make it out, like maybe they get trapped in a room or something, and Dina's able to make it out. She runs to go get help from Tommy and Joel, and you know Joel's gonna immediately hop in and get up and go. And when that happens, they help them get out, and Abby's like, you know how she does in the story, she's like, oh, come to my friend's place, we can like regroup there. And Joel's like, no, because a lot of people were pointing that out too, to like, Joel's not acting like himself. I wasn't that nitpicky with all of that, but people were pointing that out too, like Joel wasn't acting like himself, and he would never like tell that girl his name, he would never go with her. But in the way that this dude retold it, he was like, yeah, so when Abby makes the suggestion, Joel's like, no, because he's more like himself, how everybody thinks he should be. Ellie's, you know, him and Ellie's strained right now. So she's like, you don't get to make the decision. You don't tell me what to do. We're going with them. So they end up going, and then, you know, separating them, knocking them out, Tommy and Ellie, and then taking Joel out. And then we go on the mission. And I was like, man, that setup would have made me more mad. But it would have been like, I would have needed a little bit more time with Abby and the group to care about them first. Another one I heard, which I might be putting my spice on it too, is because Joel and Ellie, they're so strained, Ellie goes out on her own like little adventure and runs into maybe Abby in the group, or just Abby, because Abby's maybe going like for a walk, and then she gets in trouble and saves Ellie, or Ellie saves her, or she saves Ellie, or Ellie saves her, whichever one. And then, you know, there's like a little bit of a semi-trust there, because they don't know each other from can of paint, but you just saved me, right? So then Abby's like, well, I'm with my friends, you know, and they go on like a bit of an adventure. And then after we, you know, do some walking around, killing of infected, Abby shares a little bit more, Ellie shares a little bit more. And over time, we find out like not who exactly Abby's looking for, but we know she's looking for someone who killed her dad, but she just doesn't go into detail, right? So after they bond for a little bit, Ellie, you know, she's like, all right, you know, I'm feeling a little bit better after having maybe some deeper conversations about Abby saying like, oh, if I had my dad, you know, Ellie's really thinking like, dang, you know, I kind of have like a father figure, my apocalypse dad, you know, maybe we can work this out. So she's like, yeah, I'm going to go back home now. And she's ready to go home. And then she's like, hey, you know, they cool people, you know, if you guys want to come do some work around the ranch, help us out, or excuse me, work around the town, help us out and maybe earn, you know, earn your keep a little bit, sleep for a couple days, restock, you know, you can come to Jackson. So then they come to Jackson, and maybe like, I don't know, Ellie's doing, maybe now she's like in the stables with Abby in the group, and they're doing some work around the stables, and then Joel hears that Ellie's back and comes and is like, hey, I was worried sick. I looked for you everywhere. You know, she's like, yeah, we need to talk, Joel, blah, blah, blah. And Abby's like, she looks, but she doesn't make it obvious. And then the group all looks, but nobody catches it. And then, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, ooh. And then that's when you find out, you know, that the person that Abby's looking for, like, or maybe she doesn't even say she's looking for someone, but that, you know, her dad died or whatever. And then that's when we found out, like, the person who killed her dad is Joel. And maybe we get, like, one flashback then showing, like, her finding her dad, stuff like that. Like, that would be cool. But, like, that would have been heat, too. That would have been heat, too. I like that one better because I feel like I would have spent more time with Abby in the group and Ellie together, and that would have made me care more. So then I would have been like, yeah, for sure. I would have been more into it. But yeah, that's why I didn't like it. I just didn't care about her. So, and then I was just frustrated with, like, not completing the job. You know, after all this stuff that happened, all these people, all these things, you get there and you don't complete the job. Why? But those are my feelings. So until next time, bye.